Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where last episode we took over the Nile Delta region, and that is absolutely fantastic. We do need to work a bit on getting these cities switched to something a little bit more cohesive. That'll be a very useful thing. I mean, pop assimilation speed from this Grand Theater is good, and so is the pop conversion speed. We'll keep that around. This is actually largely already a research city, and I think that's probably okay. We could definitely do that. We could think about expanding again reasonably soon. And the question is, when would we want to do that? I mean, we've got aggressive expansion for a little while here. We would want to expand again probably around the time that that goes away, at the very latest. So there's that. Now, we've got this city over here. It's got nothing in it right now. If this is already basically set up as a research city, then I see no reason to make this, despite its production of cloth, be a research city. So, to that end, we're probably going to make this be a slave city. So we're going to build a foundry. We're going to build some mills. We're going to need gold for all of that, of course. And we are finishing up a number of our colonizations down over here. As you can see, there's a lot fewer empty areas. And that's wonderful. Now, I'd like to work on annexing Memnonia. That's definitely a thing that we want to get done, and we're currently at plus 76 here. So aggressive expansion is going to be some of this. We're going to need to improve relations a fair amount more. We need to get them up to a grand total of 190. So that's going to be significant, no doubt about that. We don't have a martial perk that we can grab, a naval trait, or discipline of 5% for 35 months. That's a temporary thing, but I guess we'll do it. Are we still capped on our research efficiency? Indeed, we are. So that looks good. We are absolutely capped on that, and we're going to work our way down to these additional discipline techs. All of that will be very, very good. I do want to come up over here and continue to work on this city. This one is basically as done as it's going to get for now. I want to keep the Great Temple here for the moment anyway. So we'll come back to that later on, and once we have this conversion finished up, we'll think about maybe getting rid of the Great Temple at that point. For now, of course, I do want to get some slave traders in here. So we're going to get 2 of those queued up, and wow, we're making 100 gold per month now. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I like that. We do need to get a lot of these cities switched over, so that's going to take some time. So that is absolutely understood. This fort, I was going to say probably isn't all that necessary. I would love to get a fort built here or here. Either of those would be good. Yeah, these all have settlement structures down over here. That's a little bit unfortunate. We could think about putting a fort in over here, but all of these have settlement structures. This could be a fort. This would control this area, and I think that that's not a terrible idea. Let's get that going for now. That would mean that this fort is removable. This produces marble, so building a mine here would be magnificent. We're going to do exactly that. This is a settlement here, and this is also a location where we could think about building a mine. So I'm going to do that. That seems great. Most of the forts up through here are not, strictly speaking, necessary. Vegetables, so this would be a farming settlement. Let's get rid of this fort as well. That'll save us some money. And I want to put in a farming settlement as soon as we have the gold, which will be next month. Cool. So a lot of these forts up here I'm getting rid of. Generally speaking, we're powerful enough that we don't have to worry too much about it. Grateful populace, huh? Actually, this isn't so bad. Local unrest of 2.5 for 10 years is a little rough, but 600 gold, 5 tyranny, and 1,000 manpower I don't care about. We're going to take that. That sounds good, and that means that we can build that farming settlement immediately. And that is excellent. So that looks good. Now, up over here, I think this fort is a valuable one to keep around. This city is all over the place. It's absolutely all over the place. I think we'll not build anything there just yet. We'll come back to that one. So we can get a slave trader here. I'd love to build 3 taverns, and that puts us at all of our possible buildings. We've not been able to build any of the freeman buildings here yet, but we'll get there eventually as the civilization level grows. So that looks fine for now. Now over here, eventually, we're going to want to get rid of the Great Temple and replace that with additional mills, it looks like, but for now, I'm not too concerned about that. This structure here, we currently produce papyrus. Noted. There are aqueducts here. Those can certainly be gotten rid of. And we have a farmer's market here. I'm going to get rid of that for the moment. We do have slave traders. We could get rid of these academies. For the moment, I want to put in mills here. We have tax offices already, citizen districts. This is kind of all over the place. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to put in 3 forums as well as freeman districts. And this will put us approximately where we want to be, even with the Great Temple here. So that looks pretty good. A tutor is needed for this guy. He's our primary heir, so I guess we could find him. Study in religious, finesse, or oratory. I guess we'll go finesse. Sure. So there aren't any actual colonizable provinces. That's understood. And I do want to get an additional freeman district going here, which we can do right now. Now, we just got an oratory advance, so that is perfect. And we can grab... I'm thinking Fustarium. Let's go ahead and take that for now. And then we'll head down to cohorts and promotion through Valor. And then from there, we could definitely think about taking some of these supply limits. Getting some of the hostile attrition would be great, and reducing our attrition would be phenomenal as well. And then we can head down into some, like, material science, into getting... We don't have heavy cavalry, but... Yeah, none of that would be great, but we could definitely grab some of the fort defense and some of the siege ability. This would all be really, really good to get over here, too. So we're going to be working on that for a while, most likely. We do have a Scorn family, and Arabia Felix needs a governor. That would be... I don't see any Scorn family members here. This guy's a Scorn family member. By the way, I don't think I've mentioned this. At least I don't think I've mentioned it in this series. But the way that you can tell, there's usually an identifier right here. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, this is it right here. This is showing that they're a Scorn family. It's the same as this icon. But it hides behind their traits when they have a trait. You can just barely see it poking out of the circle here and here. And that's how you can tell. It's very awkward, but it does work. I feel like it should probably be fixed, but whatever. So coming down over here, I would love to get more buildings in here. We're going to have to wait for that civilization level to grow. And generally speaking, I would like to shift gears on this city a little bit. Our stability dropped. Okay. Gains up to 29 loyal veterans, and we lost 20 stability because of a succession crisis. Okay, that's going to be exciting. We died a little too early, and we had a child there. So that is the problem. Okay. So this guy's chilling up over here. He is loyal now, so we're going to move him down. A bunch of loyal veterans is mildly problematic, but it's not the end of the world. Actually, that wasn't too bad. So we do need a new moray, and we're going to put in this guy here. That'll do just fine. Okay, and then we'll get this guy back to drill. Are you loyal? Yes, you are. Cool. So that looks fine for now. Now, back to our project in Egypt. I do want to get rid of these forums. Those are going to have to go. So the forums are out of here. This is a freeman district as well. We're going to get rid of both of those. And we currently have noble districts. We have a great temple here, which is fine. We have a grand theater, which is fine. I'm not going to be upset about either of those because we need these numbers to come up a lot. But we do definitely need to get Court of Laws in here. So we'll get a pair of those queued up. There we go. And then we're also going to need to get an academy in here. And that'll all be fine. So that looks good. As soon as we have the gold for this, which will be in 2 months, we can do that. What's this guy? He's good-natured? Okay, cool. No colonizable provinces at this moment. Our stability is really quite low. So you can see here, our research efficiency, not capped. That's because our stability is low. I'm going to go and perform a divine sacrifice. I might even perform 2. Yes. That will help us boost up our stability significantly. So we're going to get those divine sacrifices going. That will get our stability up much more quickly, which will be a very, very useful thing for us indeed. So back down over here, I want to get an additional academy here. Excellent. And as far as these cities go, I mean, we're making some progress here. This city is a bit of a mess, but we're already kind of a slave city here. Yeah, this isn't so bad, actually. This was pretty decent. We could ditch the aqueduct and instead put in a mill here. And then all we would need is 3 taverns and a forum, which we have exactly the number of buildings that we need for. So that looks perfect. Let's get a forum queued here as soon as we have the gold, which we do right now. And then we just need these caverns. We can queue 1, and then we can queue 1 per month. So that sounds absolutely wonderful. We just got a bountiful harvest, and I'm going to take the gold rather than the stability. Even though our stability is low right now, I want the gold. So we're going to max that out. That looks good. And we're going to spend all of this gold. So that is wonderful. We're currently producing hemp here, and that seems fine. Where are all of our buildings? This is very much manpower focused. Conscription camps. Okay. Let's put in a foundry for now. And let's get rid of this citizen district. There we go. And I'd like to put in a mill here. We already have a slave trader. We've got the 3 freeman districts, and we're going to need to just slowly get rid of these conscription camps. So we're going to put another mill in here, another mill, and then we're going to go for taverns. 1, 2, and 3. And then from there, I think the only thing that we need to do is remove this conscription camp and put in a tax office. I'm going to leave the port for the time being, and I'm going to leave the Great Temple for at least a while. So that seems good. Now, we've still got a bunch of gold here. And what is this? This is Freeman Happiness. Okay. This is not terrible. I don't like the citizen districts here. We'll get rid of those. I don't like the noble district. We'll get rid of that as well. The farmer's market we'll get rid of, and I want to put in taverns here. We're definitely going to want a foundry, and then we want to put in a forum. I'm going to get rid of this aqueduct, and we're going to put in a second forum. And then we're going to get rid of this aqueduct as well. We're going to have some population issues, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. And we're going to put in a freeman district. The population cap will be raised up by our civilization value coming up a bit, but our civilization value is pretty much maxed here. So that is understood. Losing 300 gold, but it would now produce myrrh? Sure. Okay. So we're in debt right now. We'll come out of that debt quite quickly. We'll see if we get any bad events. But for the moment, this is reasonably fine. So obviously population here is going to be a bit of an issue. People will migrate out of here, though. I'm really not too concerned about that. And we'll need to get a little bit of money for these freeman districts. So we'll be out of debt next month. That looks wonderful. We didn't get any bad events there. So I'm very pleased about that. Out over this way, these guys are still drilling. So that looks excellent. Okay, so we are exiting debt now. Oh, we got a gift from the gods. That's the good event. I like it. So we're going to build this Freeman district, and then we're going to need to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of the port here, and we'll get that other Freeman district put in. So that looks good. What else do we need to work on over here? Well, there's this city down here. This city is a mess. And I'm thinking we might make this into a research city, actually. We know that we're a little low on our research efficiency, although this is primarily caused by stability. But I think I'm going to make this into a research city. We already have a number of structures here that we would want for that. And the question is, do we want to keep the port here? It's probably convenient to be able to sail from here to here. But we do have a port here, which isn't that far away. So that's noted. I think for right now, we should definitely be working on putting in a noble district. And in fact, I'm going to put in 2. We're also going to need to put in more citizen districts. So that means, yeah, these guys can be welcomed. We're going to get rid of this forum, and we're going to put in a citizen district here. We're also going to get rid of the commercial district, and we'll put in another citizen district. Now we've got a shipyard here, and I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to start putting in a court of law, then this port, and another court of law, then this port, and another court of law. So we don't have much for population here. That's our core issue. We're going to need 3 more building slots for academies. But that's about the best we can do here for now. So, down in this city, this is already fairly well set up. We do want to put another academy in here. It's going to be 89. Is the civilization level here. That is not ideal. We'd like it to get to 90 to get us that 1 additional building slot. Well, I'd love to get this academy built. We could remove the Great Temple or the Grand Theater. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we're just going to leave this be for now, and we'll come back to it a little later on. So that would mean this city up over here would be the next one to work on. So this produces papyrus. We could have this be a research city. It's already kind of set up for a slave city-ish. I mean, it's got these citizen districts. We can make the argument that it's set up more for a research city. I'm tempted to make it be a research city because we're low on our research efficiency, but we know we're going to overcap it. So I think the ultimate thing to do here is to make this be a slave city. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to build a mill here as soon as we can. That'll be on this month tick. And then we're just going to need to handle these cities that are out over here. We're almost done getting these cities converted over. So that is looking very good. We put a lot of gold into this. No doubt about that. We're still at 13 aggressive expansion. So that's noted. And we're going to want to certainly put in some taverns here. So I'm going to put in 1 right now, and on the month tick we can get a second one. And then a third one very shortly. Then, of course, we're going to want to get rid of these citizen districts and build in a group of forums and freeman districts. But we're going to run into building slot limitations on that. Okay, let's put in another tavern there. That looks good. Sure, we can become friends with this guy. And we can afford a military tradition. So let's see about finishing out Levantine Kingdom traditions. That'll give us camel defense. Excellent. And that is Levantine Kingdom traditions finished at this point. So next up, we'll have to work on the Levantine Maritime traditions, which is fine. We don't mind that at all. So I want to... We're going to fire this guy. He stops being our royal tutor. Now, we need to assign somebody here. We have a scored family, and we're going to... Is this the same guy? No. We're going to put this guy in. Excellent. I didn't want to convert to Arabic religion. That's not what we're angling for here, that's for sure. So we're going to get rid of the citizen district, and we're going to start converting these over into forums. It will be a lower civilization level. That said, we're going to get a bunch of civilization level from building all of this, so that's fine. So we're going to get rid of these, and we're going to get these forums queued up. So that's as much as we can get over here right now. We are currently capped on our buildings, so that's fine for the moment. Let's call down Esker and convert up to 5 pops. Excellent. And now we can look at this city. So this produces glass, and it's already kind of set up to be a research city. In fact, it's reasonably well set up to be a research city. We would get rid of the aqueduct, That's for sure. And we'd want to build in courts of law and academies. I'm going to put in an academy for right now. That's all looking reasonably fine. There's also a bunch of commercial districts here. That will give pop assimilation speed, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. We are going to get these converted over time. Let's get an additional academy in here that caps out the number of buildings. And we know we're going to need a citizen district, and we know we're going to need courts of law. So that's going to be a grand total of 4 buildings, which is about right, actually. Cool. So let's get a citizen district going here, and we're going to keep these commercial districts around for a little bit as the money flows in. So that looks great. Just waiting on the month tick here. There we go. So we're going to be building courts of law, which are going to be a little bit more expensive, but 123 gold sounds good. So we're definitely getting these cities converted over. I don't want to pay this guy. We're going to lose 5 stability, and that's, I guess, okay. I mean, our stability is not fantastic right now, and that means that we're not quite capped on our research efficiency, although we're very close. So that's really not too bad. Okay, we are going to want to get rid of these commercial districts here. Just waiting on the gold for that. There we go. Excellent. We just need 1 more gold tick before this is done. And then we can work on this city. And this is currently earthenware. Yeah, we're going to want to make that be a slave city. Definitely. No doubt about it. Let's go ahead and get rid of that commercial district, and we'll make this be a court of law. Excellent. So now there are 4 cities to go out over here. We need this city, which is definitely going to be keeping a lot of these structures. We're not going to keep the noble districts here forever, or probably the port. We'll probably get rid of that as well. I do like the slave traders, and I want to put in a foundry here, so that's what we're waiting on. Veterans are moving on. Okay. And we're going to build a foundry there. That looks good. We are going to need to remove a few additional... that's going to be some gold. We're going to take it. Now, who is angry? That is Yohanan Yanani. So that's this jerk right here. I'm going to bribe him, and he is now much more loyal. Perfect. A minor addendum. 6 stability for 10 political influence is a really good deal right now. That's a really good deal. So that brings us up to 222. Not bad. We're almost... okay, we're back to capped. Beautiful. So that looks phenomenal. Now, I'm going to get rid of these noble districts, and we're going to put in a mill here. Then, of course, we're going to need to get some taverns going. So, 1 more noble district gotten rid of. We're going to get rid of the port as well. That gives us 2 taverns. But we don't have our forums maxed out. We don't have our Freeman district maxed out. This is as good as we're going to get for now. So this city is done for the moment. Then we've got this one. This produces dyes. This is currently set up very much as a slave city, and I like it. We've got this Freeman district here. We've got 3 levels of port. Okay, let's go ahead and build a mill here. And then we're going to put in a pair of taverns. I'm going to get rid of this level of fort. We're going to put in an additional tavern. And beyond that, we need forums. So let's get rid of this shipyard. Let's put in a forum. And then get rid of both of these ports and put in a pair of additional forums. Something like that. So that finishes this city broadly anyway. We'll get that underway. Now, this has very little built in it. It has salt. And we've got 2 noble districts. We probably don't want 2 noble districts here. And then there's Alexandria. Alexandria is Alexandria. So there's that. The question is, do we want to make this into a research city? And I think the answer is yes. It's already most of the way there. So let's get rid of our farmers market here for now. And let's put in a noble district. We've got these citizen districts. We can get rid of this Freeman district for the moment. And then we've got these commercial districts and these ports. Keeping 1 level of port in Alexandria, I think, is not bad, but I'm not going to keep higher levels of port. I do think the fort levels here are fine, so we'll keep those around. And I would love to put in a court of law here. We're going to need gold for an additional court of law. So that seems fine for right now. There we go. And then we just need to max out the academies here. So that is looking good. It is, however, time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to wrap up getting all of these cities converted over to our paradigm. We're making very good progress on that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes. This guy's disloyal again. In the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.